In section 3.2, domain and range, we're finding the domain of a function defined by an equation. In functions and function notation, we were introduced to the concepts of domain and range. In this section, we will practice determining domains and ranges for specific functions. Keep in mind that in determining domains and ranges, we need to consider what is physically possible or meaningful in real-world examples, such as ticket sales, or at the beginning of this section, the horror movie example that they had with that particular year. Now, we also need to consider what is mathematically permitted. So, for example, we cannot include any point value that leads us to take an even root of a negative number if the domain and range consist of real numbers, or in a function expressed as a formula. We cannot include any input value in a domain that would lead us to divide by 0. We can visualize a domain as a holding area that contains raw materials for a function machine, and the range is another holding area for the machine's products. So this is your domain, goes to the function machine, and then we get our range. Now, we can write the domain and range in interval notation, which uses values within brackets to describe a set of numbers. In interval notation, we use a square bracket when the set includes the endpoint and a parenthesis to indicate that the endpoint is either not included or the interval is unbounded. So, for example, if a person has $100 to spend, he or she would need to express the interval that is more than 0 and less than or equal to 100, and we would write the following: parenthesis 0, 100 bracket. We will discuss interval notation in greater detail later.